ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
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 जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन भज जन रंजन।
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन।
यशोदानंदन भज जन रंजन।
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन।
यमुना तीरा वनचारी।
यमुना तीरा वनचारी।
यमुना तीरा वनचारी।
यमुना तीरा
वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी।
यशोदानंदन भज जन रंजन।
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन।
यशोदानंदन भज जन रंजन।
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन।
यमुना तीरा वनचारी।
यमुना तीरा वनचारी।
यमुना तीरा वनचारी।
यमुना तीरा वनचारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
जय राधा गोविंद राधा गोविंद राधा गोविंद श्री राधे।
जय राधा गोविंद
राधा गोविंद
राधा गोविंद श्री राधे।
जय निताय सच्चिनंदन गौर हरि। जय निताय सच्चिनंदन गौर हरि।
जय निताय सच्चिनंदन गौर हरि। जय निताय सच्चिनंदन गौर हरि।
जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा।
जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा।
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल
नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल।
जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र शतश्री श्रीमद् His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki
Jai.
jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai.
Jai.
Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai.
Jai.
प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। मथुरा धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। यमुना माई की जय। तुलसी देवी की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। सामवेद भक्त वृंद की जय। All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine. Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Desha Tarine. Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Krishne Madhirastu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Today we are going to read from Srimad Bhagavad-Gita, chapter 11, which is the universal form, Vishwarup Darshan Yoga, and then text 49 to 55. So we are going to read the 7 verses. Instead of 5 verses, we are going to read 7 verses. So the first verse that we are going to read is verse 49. Mate vyatha macha vimodha bhavo. Mate vyatha macha vimodha bhavo. Drishtva rupam ghoram mitran mamedam. Drishtva rupam ghoram mitran mamedam. Vyapetavhipritamanaha punastvam. Vyapetavhipritamanaha punastvam. Tadeva me rupam idam prapashya. Tadeva me rupam idam prapashya. So the word by word is translate. Okay, we actually go to the word by word. Ma, let it not be.
Let it not be.
Te, onto you. Vyatha, trouble. Ma, let it not be.
Let it not be.
Cha, also. Vimudha bhavaha, bewilderment. Drishtva, by seeing. Rupam, form. Ghoram, horrible. Idrak, as it is. Mama, my. Idam, this. Vyapetavhihi, free from all fear. Pritamanaha, pleased in mind. Punaha, again. Tvam, you. Tat, that. Eva, thus. Me, my. Rupam, form. Idam, this. Prapashya, just see. So translation: you have been perturbed. And bewildered. By seeing. This horrible feature. Of mine. Now let it be finished. My devotee. Be free again. From all disturbances. With a peaceful mind. You can now see. The form you desire. So here, Krishna is. So basically, in the previous verses, Arjuna. We are discussing the Vishwarup Darshan Yoga, so which is that Arjuna is seeing the universal form of Krishna, and in that universal form, what was described in this chapter was that it was expanding the whole universe, and it was very fierce. There were lots of mouths and lots of living entities going into the mouth, the flame coming out. It was really a form which was very fearful for Arjuna. So he really got very much disturbed in his mind. Initially, Arjuna himself asked to Krishna that, please give me this vision so that I can see your universal form. So then the Divya Drishti was given by Krishna. And once Arjuna saw this, so this is the interesting thing, you know, we have to be cautious about what we desire. And sometimes one of the interesting thing about whatever we have in this human form of life is that there are lots and lots of desires that we have in this human form of life, right? So this particular body, the reason why I have got this particular body is because in my previous experiences, I have lots and lots of desires. So to fulfill those desires, I need to get a particular body in which I can fulfill those desires. So basically, as we have discussed before, the constitutional position of us as a living entity is that we are an eternal part and parcel of Krishna. Krishna says, Mama eva amshe jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. That all the living entities in this whole universe are my eternal part and parcels. So that means each and every one of us who are here and the billions of living entities that exist, 8 billion human beings, not only the human beings, Sarva yonishu kaunteya murteya sambhavanti ya tasam brahma mahadyoner aham bija pradapita. Krishna mentions in Bhagavad-Gita, not just the yoni of this human birth, the manushya janma, but even in other 8,400,000 yonis. That is what is mentioned in the scriptures. 84 lakh, as they say. So this 8,400,000, Krishna says that aham bija pradah pita. I am the seed giving father. So what does it mean by the seed giving father? What is a seed? The seed, when it is put in the ground, when the soil is fertile, when we put water, when everything is right for the seed, it starts sprouting out. You get a plant, and you get a whatever type of plant you need to get. So the seed has in it the capability to grow and become whatever it wants to become. That is the seed. So the Lord says that aham bija pradha pita, that I am the seed giving father. That means as eternal part and parcel of Krishna, we are all eternally connected with Krishna. So the fact that somehow or other we have this inclination to engage in discussing Bhagavad-Gita, in hearing Bhagavad-Gita, means that our covering is a little bit less. That is a reason. So, for example, the gopis of Vrindavan, they were housewives. They had their own families, they had their own children, everyone. They had everything. They had to do their daily activities, daily chores. But their mind was always thinking about Krishna. Savai manaha Krishna padaravindayo. Vachamshi vaikunta gunanu varnane. So this is Machchitta madgat prana bodhayanta parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Krishna mentions in Bhagavad Gita, this is the quality of someone who understands that I am an eternal part and parcel of the Lord. Just like in this particular body, I am attached to someone who I love. So this attachment means that I always think of that person. Wherever I am, I will think about that person. Why? Because I love the person. I am attached to the person. In the same way, if we understand ourselves as an eternal part and parcel of Krishna, then the mind will be naturally attracted to Krishna. The mind, this is why Krishna says, Man manabhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Krishna says that, give your mind to me. So what does it mean by giving the mind? So this is what, that's why the Lord, janma karmam cha me divyam. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, one who knows that my birth and my activities are divine. Evam yoveti tattvata. In truth, someone who knows this, tyaktva deham punarjanmam naiti. Krishna says that after giving up this body, one does not get another material body. Then what happens to such a person? Ma meti so Arjuna. Krishna says that such a person comes back to me. So this is the power of engaging in, and it is. Krishna actually mentions. He says that na iha abhikrama nashosti pratyavayo na vidyate swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. He says that because Arjuna asked this question to Krishna, he says that, "Oh Krishna, what happens to such a person who has got interest in spiritual activities, and because he's so much interested in spiritual activities, he might actually give up the material activities, and then he might involve fully in spiritual activities, and then because he's fully involved in spiritual activities, and this actual involvement in spiritual activities is such that it is called Kshurasya Dhara, Nishita Duratyaya, Durgama Patithastat Kavayo Vadanti." It is mentioned in the scriptures that this direction, if someone is purely walking in spiritual direction, it is like walking on a razor's edge. That is what is said. What does it mean by walking on a razor's edge? That means at any moment one can fall down, one can get a cut at any moment. Why? Because the material energy is very strong. Mama Maya Duratyaya. Krishna says, so if someone is trying to understand that they are eternal, part and parcel of Krishna, which is natural state, but somehow or other, we are, the challenge that we have as part and parcels, as living entities, is that since time immemorial, I don't know when it began, Anadi Bahirmukha Jeev, it is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita, without any beginning, the living entity is Bahirmukha. Bahirmukha means one is not knowing one's original constitutional position as an eternal part and parcel of Krishna. That means somehow or other, I do not realize that this is just like an instrument. This body, Krishna actually mentions, Yantra Rodhani Mayaya. Krishna says in Bhagavad-Gita, Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hrideshe Arjuna Tishtati Brahmayan Sarva Bhutani Yantra Rodhani Mayaya. Krishna says that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is present in the heart of all the living entities, and the living entities are taking different births in different species of life in different planetary systems in the yantra, in the machine made of Maya. So this is like a very complicated machine that we have. But if I think that this machine is me, that means that is the beginning of conditioned existence. So the moment I take birth, immediately I have this identification with this body. Then Janasya Mohoyam Aham Mameti. So this is me, and anything related to this is mine. So the whole existence in this material world is based on this concept that I am this body, and anything related to this body is mine. But our real existence is eternal. Like I am never born and I will never die. So this is na jayate muryate va kadachit nayam bhutva bhavita vana bhuya ajo nityam shashvatoyam purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire. This is what Krishna says in Bhagavad-Gita. He says that there was never a time when we were born, and because we were never born, we will never die. Then what is this then? The experience that I am having, what is this? This is like a simulated, like I was giving this example in our last session. It's like a virtual reality set. We put on a virtual reality set, and we are into that virtual reality. Then it feels as if that is the real world. And then once I take off that virtual reality set, then I know that that was virtual and this is real. But if you are in that virtual reality set for many number of hours, you might actually totally forget the reality. Exactly, that is what is our situation, Like I am getting this particular body, and this body is like that virtual reality set. So with this virtual reality set, I'm operating and everything, doing everything. But I consider this as me, this virtual reality set as me. So I totally forget about my original relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So when we engage in this discussion, Shrunvatam Swakatha Krishna, it is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam that when we have this inclination to hear about Krishna, Shrunvatam Swakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana. So when we are hearing about Krishna, it is Punya. That itself is a very pious activity. Shravana Kirtana, hearing and talking about Krishna. Hridi antasthohi abhadrani vidhunoti. It is mentioned in the scriptures, Srimad Bhagavatam, that whatever conditioned state of existence that I am in within the heart, everything gets cleansed. Vidhunoti. When it gets cleansed, then suhrit satam. Suhrit means we become the best friend of ourselves and everyone else. Suhridam sarva bhutanam gyatva mam shanti mruchati. Krishna says, Bhoktaram yagyatapasam sarva loka maheshwaram Suhridam sarvabhutanam gyatva mam shanti bruchati. That means, if one knows these three things about the Lord, one becomes totally peaceful. What are the three things? The first thing is that Krishna is the proprietor of everything. Isha vasyam idam sarvam. So, whatever I consider to be owning myself is also Lord's. So, for example, this body. Whenever I think about this body, this mind, I think that this is mine. But what is this mind? Like how did we come into existence? It was through our parents. But where is the consciousness coming from? Where is the consciousness of our parents coming from? Where is the consciousness of our grandparents coming from? So if you look at the consciousness aspect, that is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna says, Aham Atma Goda Kesha Sarva Bhuta Shayastita Aham Adishcha Madhyam Cha Bhutanam Antamevacha. Krishna says that I am actually that living consciousness that exists within all the living. Jivanam Sarva Bhuteshu. Krishna says I am the life in all the living entities. So there is no moment, there is no space or time when we are not in touch with Krishna. Every moment we are in touch with Krishna. The only thing that is needed is that consciousness. The consciousness should understand that I am actually with Krishna. No matter what, no matter where I am with Krishna. So this particular verse, Krishna is talking about Mate Vyathamacha Vimuda Bhavo. He's saying that don't worry, Arjuna, you don't be bewildered. Drishtva Rupam Ghoram Idram Mamedam. Because you have seen my Ghora Rupa, my horrible, terrible form, universal form, you are in a state of bewilderment, you are in a state of disturbance. So he says, Vyapeta bhi prita mana punasvam. Now you give up your fear and with prita mana. Prita means with love. Now you will have love for me. You won't be afraid of me. Tadeva me rupam idam prapashya. Now you see my form. So Arjuna asks to see the four-armed form of Krishna, and then he comes back to Krishna's own two-armed form. So we go to the next verse. Sanjaya Uvacha, Sanjaya Uvacha, Iti Arjunam Vasudevas Tathoktva, Iti Arjunam Vasudevas Tathoktva, Swakam Rupam Darshayamasa Bhuya, Swakam Rupam Darshayamasa Bhuya. Ashvasayam asa cha bhitam menam Ashvasayam asa cha bhitam menam Bhutva punah saumya vapur mahatma Bhutva punah saumya vapur mahatma. So word by word, Sanjaya Uvacha. Sanjaya said, Iti, thus, Arjunam, on to Arjuna. Vasudevaha, Krishna. Tatha, in that way. Uktva, speaking. Swakam, his own. Rupam, form. Darshayam, asa, showed. Bhuyah, again. Ashvasayam asa, ashvasayam asa, encouraged. Cha, also. Bhitam, fearful. Enam, him. Bhutva, becoming. Punaha, again. Saumya vapuhu, the beautiful form. Maha Atma, the great one. Translation: Sanjaya said to Dhritarashtra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, having spoken thus to Arjuna, displayed his real four-armed form, and at last showed his two-armed form, thus encouraging the fearful Arjuna. So basically here, so this is now Sanjaya is saying, right? So Sanjaya is talking to Dhritarashtra, and they are, Sanjaya is talking about the battle of Kurukshetra, and we know this, right? In the beginning, Arjuna says that Karpanya dosho apahada swabhava pruchhami tvam dharma sammoda cheta yesh shreyasyan nishchitam bruhitanme shishyasteham sadhi mam tvam prapannam. So in the starting chapter, Arjuna Arjuna actually gives lots and lots of argument why he should not fight. And in the end, Arjuna says that I have given all these arguments, Krishna, and I have been talking to you as a friend. Now, if I keep talking to you as a friend, we are not going to come to a conclusion. Because what happens when friends are talking? There is basically a lot of argument that will happen and no conclusion will come out of it. So then Arjuna says that, okay, now Krishna, I am Shishyasteham Sadhi. I am becoming your disciple now. Mam Tvam Prapanna. And I am surrendering onto you. And why does he surrender? He says, Karpanya Dosho Apahata Swabhava. Because he feels very miserly. He feels very extremely disturbed as well. It's kind of interesting, right? In the first chapter, Arjuna is disturbed because he doesn't want to fight. And in this 11th chapter, again he is disturbed. But here he is disturbed in another way because he sees that universal form of Krishna and he gets disturbed. But then here, Sanjay is talking that now, iti Arjunam Vasudevasya tathoktva swakam rupam darshayam asa bhuyah ashvasayam asacha bhitamenam bhutva punah saumya vapur mahatma. So here the important word to understand is saumya vapu. Saumya vapu means form, and saumya means very peaceful and very beautiful type of form. So now what is being said in this verse is that after showing that very fearful form, Krishna is going to show his Vishnu form, which is the Chaturbhuja form, and then he is going to come to the two-armed form. So that is what is said in this verse. So next we go to the verse 51. Arjuna Uvacha. Arjuna Uvacha. Drishvedam Manusham Rupam. Drishvedam
Manusham Rupam.
Tava Saumyam Janardana.
Tava Saumyam Janardana.
Idanim Asmi Samvritta.
Idanim Asmi Samvrita.
Sachetah Prakritim Gataha.
Sachetah Prakritim Gataha.
Word by word, Arjuna Uvacha.
Arjuna Uvacha.
Arjuna said.
Arjuna said.
Drishtva.
Drishtva.
Seeing.
Seeing.
Idam. This. Manusham. Human. Rupam. Form. Tava. Your. Saumyam. Very beautiful. Janardana. O chastiser of the enemies.
O chastiser of the enemies.
Idani. Now. Asmi. I am. Samvrittaha. Settled. Sachetaha. In my consciousness. Prakritim. To my own nature. Gataha. Returned. Translation. When Arjuna thus saw Krishna in his original form, he said, O Janardana, seeing this human-like form, so very beautiful, I am now composed in mind, and I am restored, to my original nature. So, yeah, Drishvedam Manusham Rupam Tava Saumyam Janardana. So, Arjuna, so basically, previous verse, Krishna was speaking, then Sanjay was speaking, now Arjuna is speaking. And Arjuna is speaking to Krishna. So, one of the things about hearing this Bhagavad-Gita is that there is one way to hear Bhagavad-Gita where one can become very logical and try and understand the logic, what Krishna is saying. There is another way to hear Bhagavad-Gita where one can use one's mind and imagine. This battlefield of Kurukshetra, where there is this Pandavas and Kauravas on two sides, and Arjuna asks Krishna that Ratham eva sthapya me Achyuta. He says that, O Achyuta, O Krishna, please bring the chariot between the two sides. So then they come between the two sides, and there Krishna is giving this message to Arjuna, and Arjuna is asking. So through our mind, through our imagination, we can, whatever the imagination is bringing us to, we can have this imagined in our mind, and when we do that, this is what is man mana bhava, giving the mind to the Lord. What does it mean? So there is a very important, very nice story in Chaitanya Charitamrita about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He tours to the south of India, and he goes to a village where there is an illiterate person, and he is looking at Bhagavad Gita, and tears are coming from his eyes. And he is an illiterate person. He does not know how to read, but he is looking at Bhagavad Gita and tears are coming. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, why is it that you're not able to understand, you're not able to read, you're illiterate? How is it that tears are coming from your eyes? Then he says that, yes, you're right, I don't know how to read, I'm illiterate. But whenever I imagine this, that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the owner of everything, becomes charioteer of Arjuna, and actually does that. So Sarathi is a role which is not a very, it's like a serving role. It's not a role where you are actually in charge of lots of things. You are actually serving someone. So this illiterate farmer says that whenever I imagine that the Supreme Person who owns everything has taken this role of charioteer, naturally tears come from my eyes. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, you know Bhagavad Gita. You are the real understander of Bhagavad Gita. So this is what is. So it is not knowledge. It is not knowing lots of Sanskrit or knowing the details of logic. There are lots of ways to understand the Supreme Person. So therefore Krishna says, na sadhyati mam yogo, na sankhya dharma udhava, na swadhyaya tapastyago, yato bhaktir mamorjita. He says, Krishna says that you cannot know me by yoga, you cannot know me by sankhya, you cannot know me by tapa, you cannot know me by tyaga, you cannot know me by swadhyaya. So all these different things, you cannot know me. Yato bhaktir mamorjita. But through bhakti you can know me. And what is bhakti? Bhakti is that love for the Lord. It is, and that love is pure. It does not have any reason. For example, gopis of Vrindavan or anyone in Vrindavan, Vrajvasis do not know that Krishna is the Supreme Person. They are just naturally attracted to Krishna because they just say, I just love Krishna because I love Krishna. They don't have any reason for loving Krishna. And that is the goal of engaging in discussing Bhagavad Gita. Somehow, yena tena prakarena mana krishne niveshaye. It is mentioned in the scriptures, some way or the other, fix the mind on Krishna. Sarve vidhi nishedasyur etayor eva kinkara. It is mentioned in the scriptures that all the other rules and regulations are subservient to this main rule. And the main rule is, some way or the other, we have to fix the mind on Krishna. So for example, someone is chanting the Hare, so maybe we can chant the Hare Krishna mantra 3 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. So this chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, it is said in the Kali Sankarana Upanishad that iti shodashaka namnam kali kalmasha nashanam nata parataropaya sarva vedeshu drishyate. And it is mentioned that this 16 syllables of the holy names of the Lord destroys all the impurities in this age of Kali. So there is this said in the. So when one is chanting this and when the mind is focused on this sound vibration, one will transcend all the material levels of existence. Mam chayo avyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatityetan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that if someone has got this avyabhicharani bhakti, avyabhicharani means unalloyed devotional service. What does unalloyed means? For example, what does alloy mean? Alloy means when we combine two metals, that is alloy, right? So for example, gold, the unalloyed gold is 24 karat, but unalloyed gold would mean that it is liquid. You cannot have it in the solid form. To make gold into a solid form, you have to alloy it with some metal, and therefore it's not a 24 karat gold anymore. So this avyabhicharani bhakti means that love for the Lord which is totally pure. There is another anya bhilashita shunyam jnana karmadi anavritam. It is mentioned by Sri Rupa Goswami who is the disciple of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he says that the bhakti, the topmost bhakti is anya abhilashita shunyam. There is no other desire except to love Krishna. That is the only goal. Jnana karmadi anavritam. The jnana and karma. So jnana marga is I am trying to understand the Supreme through knowledge, and karma marga is I am trying to attain the Supreme through doing my activities. In whatever way possible, I'll do my activities as an offering of love to Krishna. So this jnana and karma marga, if we take off that, that is real bhakti. The real bhakti does not have any jnana marga, any karma marga, and it does not ask anything from the Lord. It is just love for the sake of love. So that is what is here in this verse. Sachetaha prakritim gataha. So Arjuna says that my mind now has become come to a natural state by seeing your actual form as Krishna. Now we go to verse 52. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Sudurdarsham idam rupam. Sudurdarsham idam rupam. Drishtavan asiyan mama.
Drishtavan asiyan mama.
Deva api asya rupasya.
Deva api asya rupasya.
Nityam darshana kankshinaha.
Nityam darshan kakshina.
So word Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said.
Sudurdarsham.
Sudurdarsham.
Very difficult to see.
Very difficult to see.
Idam.
Idam.
This.
This.
Rupam.
Rupam.
Form.
Form.
Drishtavan asi.
Drishtavan asi.
As you have seen.
As you have seen.
Yat.
Yat.
Which. Mama.
Mama.
Of mine.
Of mine.
Devaha.
Devaha.
The demigods.
The demigods.
Api.
Api.
Also.
Also.
Asya.
Asya.
This.
This.
Rupasya.
Rupasya.
Form.
Form.
Nityam.
Nityam.
Eternally.
Eternally.
Darshana kamshinaha.
Darshana kakshina.
Aspiring to see.
Aspiring to see.
So translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said.
My dear Arjuna.
My dear Arjuna.
This form of mine.
This form of mine.
You are now seeing.
You are now seeing.
Is very difficult.
Is very difficult.
To behold.
To behold.
Even the demigods.
Even the demigods.
Are ever seeking.
Are ever seeking.
The opportunity.
The opportunity.
To see this form.
To see this form.
Which is so dear.
Which is so dear.
Okay, so this is a wonderful verse where Krishna is explaining about his form, which is his Dvibhuja Muralidhara form. His form, which is Venum Kwanantam Aravinda Dalayataksham Varhavatamsam Asitam Buddha Sundarangam Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. So this is the Brahma Samhita verse where it is said about Krishna. So Krishna is holding the flute in his hand. Venum Kwanantam Aravinda Dalayataksham. His eyes are like the petals of the lotus flower. Barhavatamsam Asitam Buddha Sundarangam. He is wearing the peacock feather on his head. Barhavatamsam Asitam Buddha Sundarangam. His complexion is that like a newly formed cloud. Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham. It is mentioned that his beauty is like millions and millions of cupids coming together. Even in this material world, even just one cupid is enough for someone to fall in love. But here Krishna's description is that Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya. So Kandarpa is the cupid, millions and millions of cupid coming together. So that is the beauty of Krishna. Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobha. So the Shobha, that beauty is Vishesha. It's something special. Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. I offer my respectful obeisances to Govinda, who is the origin of everything. So this is what is Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo Mattas Sarvam Pravartate Iti Matva Bhajante Mam Buddha Bhava Samanvita. Krishna says in Bhagavad-Gita that I am the beginning of everything. I am the origin of everything, and everything is coming from me. if anyone knows this, iti matva bhajante mam, one engages in loving devotional service of the Lord. Who is such a person? Buddha. That person is a very intelligent person. How does such a person engage in devotional service? Bhava samanvita. Bhava means with emotions. So just like, we in this material body, this particular material body, I have this emotion to the person who I love. There are so many different people I love, and I have lots and lots of emotion for that person, right? For our parents, for example, we have it cannot be described, right? Our emotions for our parents cannot be described. So imagine this multiplied by unlimited number of times. So that is our original connection with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It cannot be described. There is no words to describe that connection with Krishna. And this is what Krishna actually mentions to Arjuna in this. He says that Sudur Darsham Idam Rupam. It is extremely very rare to see me in this form. And what is this form? Form as Krishna, which feels like, this is the difference between someone who is a pure devotee of Krishna and someone who is in a conditioned state of existence. A pure devotee of Krishna, when they are seeing the deity of Krishna, they actually see the Supreme Person there. They do not see the deity form. A conditioned person will say that this is the deity form that Krishna has taken. That will be a statement of a conditioned person. A pure devotee will say that Krishna is here. There is no difference between the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his deity form. So that will be the pure connection. So then one will be in a transcendental state of existence. Mamchayo Avya Vicharana, as I mentioned in the previous discussion, that this unalloyed loving devotional service to the Lord, when we have that, Sagunan Samatite Tan, Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate, then we transcend the modes of material nature. So the modes of material nature is the basis of this material existence. Tribhir Gunamayir Bhave, Evi Sarvamidam Jagat, Mohitam Nabi Janati Mamebhya Paramavyayam. Krishna says in Bhagavad-Gita that this whole material universe is under the influence of the three modes of material nature. There is mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. So when there is Sattva Guna a little bit predominant, we'll have this inclination to hear about Krishna. When there is Rajo Guna, which is mainly predominant, we will be inclined to enjoy the senses. We will be inclined to be in the material energy and think that I am this body. When we are in the mode of ignorance, we will be in a state of total laziness. We don't want to do anything. So that is mode of ignorance. So these three modes are constantly acting in this material world. But when we engage in this, so maybe we can chant the Hare Krishna Mantra again 3 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. So when this focus on these holy names of the Lord happens, one transcends these three modes of material nature. And that is what is, and then one knows that Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. Brahma Bhuya means I know that I am eternal. I am never born, I will never die. And this is like an instrument that I have that has to be used in the service of the Lord. So that is what so Krishna actually mentions in this particular verse, Deva api asya rupasya nityam darshana kamshina. Even the great demigods, they also want to see me in this particular form. Sometimes they don't even understand, right? For example, this Govardhan Leela, where Krishna lifted in his small left hand the Govardhan, this Indra did not understand Krishna as the Supreme Person. So that's why he had the Samvartaka cloud ordered on Vrindavan. And then Krishna lifted the Govardhan for 7 days, 6-year-old. So this is the power of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And when one has got that love for the Lord, one will naturally get attracted to these stories. And these stories become a way of connecting with the Lord. They bring in a lot of emotion for the Lord. So that is that is what is, and even there is Brahma Vimohana Leela as well, right? So Brahma gets bewildered. Brahma thinks that I don't know, this person seems to have lots of power, but I don't know, whether he is actually powerful. So what Brahma does is he steals the cowherd friends and the calves from Vrindavan, and Krishna personally becomes them. Krishna personally becomes those cowherd boys and the cows. And an interesting thing that happens in this story is that the relatives of those cowherd boys and the cows, the cows, they start getting more love for the form that Krishna has taken. And this again confirms that the love for the Lord is natural, and it is the most intimate love that we have for anyone in this existence, as an eternal part and parcel of Krishna. And it's kind of interesting. Brahma steals, and Brahma thinks that I have done the job. But then he becomes bewildered. He sees that even though I have stolen, these people are still existing. So this is the wonderful nature of the Supreme. So Krishna actually says, Name vidus suragana prabhavana mahashaya aham adirhi devana maharshinam cha sarvasha. Krishna says that not even great demigods and great rishis know me. Why they don't know me? Because I am their origin. They all come from me. So to know Krishna is not easy. So it is the most difficult thing. Yam evaisa vrunute tena labhyas tasyaisa atma vivrunute tanum swam. It is mentioned in the scriptures that only when the Supreme Person wants to reveal himself, then there is revelation. Otherwise, there cannot be no revelation. So this is what is Atha Shri Krishna Namadi na bhavet grahyam indriyai sevon mukhi jivhado swayam eva surati adha. It is mentioned that anything related to the Lord cannot be understood by blunt material senses. For example, I am hearing the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. What am I hearing the Hare Krishna Mahamantra from? From my ears. What is the ear? It is a material organ. I cannot hear the spiritual name from a material organ. But when I sevan mukhehi jivhadav, the verse mentions that when I have that unmukha means eagerness. For what? Seva. For serving the Lord. What does it mean? When I have that eagerness to remember the Lord, eagerness to chant the holy names of the Lord, eagerness to hear about the Lord, then the Lord reveals us. So it is a path of revelation. You cannot say that Krishna, now I'm going to see you. You show me. You cannot force the Lord to make him appear. But when we have that love for the Lord, when we surrender unto the Lord, then he, through his own mercy, he actually shows himself. So that is what is this particular verse. Then we go to verse 53. Naham vedair na tapasa, naham vedair na tapasa, na danena na chejyaya, na danena na chejyaya. Shakya evam vidho drishtum, shakya evam vidho drishtum, drishtavan asimam yatha, drishtavan asimam yatha. So what the word? Na, never. Aham, I. Vedaihi, by the study of the Vedas. Na, never. Tapasa, by serious penances. Na, never. Danena, by charity. Na, never. Cha, also. Ijjaya, by worship. Shakyaha, it is possible. Evam vidaha, like this. Drashtum, to see me. Drashtavan, asi, see. Asi, you are. Mam, me. Yatha, as. Translation: the form you are seeing, with your transcendental eyes, cannot be understood simply by studying the Vedas, nor by undergoing serious penances, nor by charity, nor by worship. It is not by these means
It is not by these means
that one can see
that one can see
me as I am.
as I am.
Okay, so this is the same thing that I was describing before. So, so here, the interesting thing here is Krishna actually mentions Naham Veda na tapasa. So Veda, not through Vedas, nor through tapasa means austerity, and then na danena na cha ijjaya, nor through giving charity, nor through worship. Shakya evam vido drishtum, drishtavan asi mam yatha. So you cannot know me by any of these means. So how can one know Krishna? Bhaktya mam abhijanati. So bhakti. What is bhakti? Sarva upadhi vinirmuktam tat paratvena nirmalam hrishikena hrishikesha sevanam bhakti uchyate. This is a definition given by Narada Muni. So how does one get bhakti? First of all, the first thing that I have to do to get bhakti is take out all the upadhis. Upadhi means the designation that I have. So for example, I'm born in a particular family. I think that I'm from this family. I'm an Indian, I'm an Irish, I'm an American, I'm an Australian. So all this is designation. So I take away all this designation. So then what remains? Jivera Surupaya Krishnera Nityadas. The only designation that remains is we are an eternal part and parcel of Krishna. So when we take out all this Sarva Upadhi Vinirmuktam, then Tat Paratvena Nirmalam. Then we become pure. Otherwise there is Mala. Mala means impurity. What is this? The impurity means I think that I am this particular person. That is impurity. And that is the reason of the whole challenge that happens in this material world is because I think, see, for example, I am from a particular community and another person is from another community. And that my community's, whatever rituals I'll do will be different from another community's rituals. And then and then I'll think that my community is greater than your community. This is how the whole problem happens in this material universe. But if I know that there is only one designation as an eternal part and parcel of Krishna, where is the fight? There is no fight then, right? The whole fight happens when I identify myself with the body. So that's why the first definition of bhakti is that I take off all the designations. Then I become pure, nirmala. Then in that purity, Hrishikena Hrishikesha Sevanam. Hrishikena means senses. Hrishikesha means the Lord of the senses. So I engage my senses in the service of the Lord of the senses. That is bhakti. But initially what happens is the bhakti is not pure. It is because I cannot give up my designation. I'm so much attached to my designation as this particular body, this particular person. Initially my bhakti will be a mixed bhakti because I have not given up my designations, and that is the most difficult thing to do, because the moment I'm born, I'm born with a particular designation and it continues. And the real liberation is when I know that I'm not designated, like I'm not this body, I'm never born, I will never die. That is liberation. So even while remaining in this material body, a person can be liberated. Iha yasya harer dasya karmana manasa gira nikhilaswapi avasthasu jivan muktasa uchyate. It is mentioned in the scriptures that if one can do through karmana, manasa and gira. Karmana means through activities, manasa through the mind, gira means through the speech. Through the mind, speech and body, through the activities, if I'm constantly engaged in serving the Lord, then even while remaining in this material world, the person is liberated. Nikhilaswapi avasthasu jivan muktasa uchyate. So that is what is bhakti. When one is in pure bhakti, it does not matter. Narayana parasarve na kutaschana bibhyati swarga apavarga narkeshu apitulyartha darshina. It is mentioned in the scriptures. When someone has totally surrendered onto Narayana, one is not afraid of anything then. Because the biggest fear in this existence is death. And the biggest thing that one wants to avoid is also death. There is this incident in Mahabharata where the Pandavas are going in the forest and they want to drink water from a pond. And then there is a yaksha. And then that yaksha says that you have to answer my questions. If you don't answer questions and drink the water, you will die. So basically the 4 Pandavas die. And then in the last, Yudhishthira comes. Yudhishthira then this yaksha asks this question: what is the most wonderful thing in this universe? And then Yudhishthira says, ahani ahani bhutani gachanti yamalayam sheshas thavaram icchanti ataha ascharya kim param. He says that at every moment someone or the other is leaving their body, dying, but the remaining people want to stay alive. There is no more wonderful thing than this. That is the most wonderful thing in this world. That's what he says, right? And what is the reason? There is a solid reason behind it. Why? Because as eternal part and parcel of Krishna, I am never born and I never die. So that is my natural nature, that I never die. So, but I want to artificially not die. That is not possible, because the nature of this material body is it comes into existence. Because it comes into existence, it has to go out of existence as well. This is what Dehi nosmi yatha dehe kaumaram yavanam jara tatha dehantaram prapti. Krishna says in Bhagavad-Gita that because there is proprietor of the body within the body, which is a seed that the Lord has given, there is kaumaram yavanam and jara. There is childhood, there is youth, and there is old age. Tatha dehantaram prapti. Krishna says, similarly, one has to give up this body. Dhiras tatra na mohyati. Dhira means a sober person, therefore does not get mohyati, means bewildered. They do not get bewildered by these changes that are happening, because this is the law of nature. When something comes into existence, it has to go out of existence. But when something eternally exists, it has no beginning, then it will have no end. So that is what we are, as an eternal part and parcel of Krishna. And that understanding, when we have that understanding, then our devotional service will be pure. Krishna actually says 4 kinds of people come to me. Chaturvidha bhajante mam jana sukritino Arjuna. Who are very pious, they come to me. Artho jignasur artharthi jnani cha bharatarshava. Artha means one who is in distress. Jignasu is one who is inquisitive. Artharthi is one who wants wealth. And jnani is one who is in knowledge. So 4 kinds of people come to me. So basically the person who is in distress and person who wants wealth, they are based on bodily concept of life. But the person who is inquisitive and the person who is in knowledge, they are slowly transcending their bodily existence. They are coming into a... So when I'm inquisitive, I try to understand that why am I suffering? This is what Buddha's whole story was. Buddha, when the astrologer came and looked at the chart of Buddha, he said to his father that your son will either be a great emperor or he'll be a great saint. So then basically the father got scared, because he did not want him to be a great saint. He wanted him to be a great emperor. So he tried to shield him from everything. But when he became adult, he just went out and he saw that all these things are happening. He saw that there is a person who is diseased, there is a person who is getting old, there is someone who is dying. So this is the actual challenges in this material existence. Janma, mrityu, jara, vyadhi. So when there is janma, immediately there has to be mrityu. And between janma and mrityu, there will be jara and vyadhi. Jara is old age, vyadhi is disease. That is guaranteed. So this is the position in the material existence. Then we'll go to verse 54. Bhaktyatva ananya shakya, bhaktyatva ananyaya shakya, ahamevam vidho arjuna, ahamevam vidho arjuna, jnatum drashtum cha tatvena,
Jnatum drashtum cha tatvena,
praveshtum cha parantapa.
praveshtum cha parantapa.
So word by word, bhaktya,
Bhaktya,
by devotional service.
by devotional service.
Tu,
Tu,
but,
but,
ananyaya,
ananya,
without being mixed
without being mixed
with fruitive activities
with fruitive activities
or speculative knowledge.
or speculative knowledge.
Shakya,
Shakya,
possible.
possible.
Aham, I. Evam vidha,
Vyaham vida,
like this.
like this.
Arjuna,
Arjuna,
O Arjuna.
O Arjuna.
Jnatum,
Jnatum,
to know.
to know.
Drashtum,
Drashtum,
to see.
to see.
Cha,
Cha,
and.
and.
Tatvena,
Tatvena,
in fact.
in fact.
Praveshtum,
Praveshtum,
to enter into.
to enter into.
Cha,
Cha,
also.
also.
Parantapa,
Parantapa,
O mighty armed one.
O mighty armed one.
So translation, my dear Arjuna,
My dear Arjuna,
only by undivided
only by undivided
devotional service
devotional service
can I be understood
can I be understood
as I am,
as I am,
standing before you,
standing before you,
and can thus
and can thus
be seen directly.
be seen directly.
Only in this way
Only in this way
can you enter
can you enter
into the mysteries
into the mysteries
of my understanding.
of my understanding.
Okay, so this is a very important verse. So, bhaktya tva ananyaya shakya. Aham eva vidho Arjuna. Ananyaya. So, ananya means constant. There is no ananya cheta satatam yo mam smarati nityasha tasyaham sulabha partha nitya yuktasya yogina. Krishna says in this ananya word, Krishna uses quite a lot in Bhagavad-Gita. This ananya, it has got a very important meaning. Ananya means constantly. One of the examples that they give is when we are putting, say oil from one vessel to another vessel, the oil will flow continuously. There will be no break. So that is the continuity of our remembrance for the Lord. If we can have that, like something in the background that continuously is there in the background, then whatever activities we are doing, yat karoshi yadashnasi yajjoshi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam. Krishna says, whatever you're doing, yat karoshi yadashnasi, whatever you're eating, yajjuhoshi dadasiyat, whatever you are giving, tat kurushva madarpanam. You do it as an offering to me. So, rasoham apsu kaunteya prabhasmi shashi suryayo pranavas sarva vedeshu shabdam khay paurusham drishu. So, one of the wonderful ways to constantly remember Krishna, the ananya thing, the constant, is to rasoham apsu kaunteya. Krishna says, I am the taste in water, or whatever we drink. Krishna says, I am the taste. Prabhasmi shashi suryayo. I am the light that is coming from the sun and the moon. Even the electricity or whatever light. I am that, Krishna says. Pranava sarva vedeshu. In the Vedas, the main mantra is Om. All the mantras starts with Om, majority of them. So that Krishna says, I am. Om iti ekaksharam brahmam vyaharan mam anusmaran yap prayati tyajan dehan sayati natrastra samshaya. Krishna mentions in Bhagavad-Gita that if someone says Om and remembers me at the time of death, definitely he is going to come back to me. So this is the power of Om mantra. And then he says Shabdam Khe, any type of sound that is in the ether, Krishna says that I am. Shabdam Paurusham Drishu, any kind of ability that anyone has, Krishna says that I am. So how can one forget Krishna? Never. You can never forget Krishna because Mrityu Sarva Haraschaham. I am the death, he says. He says, I am the life, I am the death. So everything is Lord in that sense, like in the form of his energy. So this is what Bhaktyatva Ananyaya Shakya. So when we remember the Lord constantly like that, then one can know the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Aham eva vidho Arjuna. Then one can enter into the pastimes of the Lord. One can actually become a part of the pastimes of the Lord. Actually, as an eternal part and parcel of Krishna, we are always in pastimes of the Lord, but we don't realize it. So this realization is the important thing there. And then the last verse that we are going to discuss in this session, which is the verse 55 of the 11th chapter. Mat karma krin mat paramo, mat karma krin mat paramo, mad bhaktaha sangha varjitaha,
Mad bhakta sangha varjitaha,
nirvairaha sarva bhuteshu,
nirvaira sarva bhuteshu,
yah samam eti pandavaha.
yah samam eti pandava.
Word by word, mat karma krit,
Mad karma krit,
engaged in doing my work.
engaged in doing my work.
Mat paramaha,
Mad paramaha,
considering me
considering me
the Supreme.
the Supreme.
Mad bhakta,
Mad bhakta,
engaged in my devotional service.
engaged in my devotional service.
Sangha varjita,
Sangha varjita,
free from
free from
the contamination of
the contamination of
fruitive activities
fruitive activities
and mental speculation.
and mental speculation.
Nirvaira,
Nirvaira,
without an enemy.
without an enemy.
Sarva Bhuteshu,
Sarvabhuteshu,
among all living entities.
among all living entities.
Yaha,
Yaha,
one who.
one who.
Saha,
Saha,
he.
he.
Mam,
Mam,
unto me.
unto me.
Eti,
Eti,
comes.
comes.
Pandava,
Pandava,
O son of Pandu.
O son of Pandu.
Translation: My dear Arjuna,
My dear Arjuna,
he who engages
he who engages
in my pure devotional service,
in my pure devotional service,
free from
free from
the contaminations
the contaminations
of fruitive activities
of fruitive activities
and mental speculation,
and mental speculation,
he who works for me,
he who works for me,
who makes me
who makes me
the supreme goal
the supreme goal
of his life,
of his life,
and who is friendly
and who is friendly
to every living being,
to every living being,
he certainly
he certainly
comes to me.
comes to me.
Okay, so it is the last verse of chapter 11, which is the Vishwarup Darshan Yoga, the universal form, text 55. So here Krishna is saying, Mat karma krin mat paramo. So whatever activities we are doing, we are, as I mentioned in the previous discussion of the previous verse, Yat karoshi yadashnasi yajvoshi dadasi yat. So whatever we are doing it as an offering of love to the Lord. So then that activity becomes sanctified. That whole activity, it becomes purified. And then, see, the reason why I'm getting this particular body is because I have got lots and lots of desires for enjoying this material world. And when I have these desires, I do activity with an expectation of getting something back in return. So then, that is the cause of action and reaction. So continuously there is an action and reaction. But if I do the activities as an offering of love to Krishna, then I don't get any reaction. One of the examples that we had discussed before was, say for example, the self-driving cars. So if self-driving car is doing some mistake, like if it is self-driving, then who is going to be responsible for that mistake? It's probably the company who is designing the software, not the person who owns the car. Right? So basically in the same way, if I'm doing activity, but I'm not getting attached to that activity, then I'm not getting the results for that activity. The Lord is taking care of that. So this is what is that verse? Nirvaira sarva bhuteshu. And one is without any vaira. One does not have any enemies. Yes, a mameti pandava. So that person comes to me. So that is the verse. So I think the important thing here we should understand is that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is in charge of everything. So with that, any questions or comments? No? Okay. So we'll sing the Narasimha Pranam Mantra. Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Hiranyakashe Purvakshaha.
Hiranyakashe Purvakshaha.
Shilatanthanathalaye.
Shilatanthanathalaye.
Hito Narsimho Parato Narsimho.
Hito Narsimho Parato Narsimho.
Yato yato yami tato Narsimho.
Yato yato yami tato Narsimho.
Bahir Narsimho Hridaye Narsimho.
Bahir Narsimho Hridaye Narsimho.
Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prapade.
Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prapade.
Tautaratammalavare Natham Adbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipo Kalu Vringa Keshavadhrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagdisha Hare Jaya Jagdisha Hare Jaya Jagdisha Hare.
Tava kara kamal vare natham रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव
जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव
जय नरहरि जय नरहरि जय नरहरि जय नरहरि
जय नरहरि जय नरहरि जय नरहरि जय नरहरि
जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय भक्त प्रहलाद जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय भक्त प्रहलाद
जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय भक्त प्रहलाद जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय भक्त प्रहलाद
जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा
जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल
निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल
नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय प्रहलाद महाराज की जय नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाभूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नामने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारणे सर्वं श्री कृष्णार्पणमस्तु कृष्णे मतिरस्तु हरे कृष्ण
हरे कृष्ण
थैंक यू वेरी मच